If you're going to publish just once a week, then I would say publish it on Tuesday. Monday's kind of like that back to work day. Our kids are finally in school. There's family night sometimes. A lot of places are closed. Monday's just a crazy day to publish an episode.
Most hosts never achieve the results they hoped for. They're falling short on listenership and monetization, meaning their message isn't being heard and their show ends up costing them money. This podcast was created to help you grow your listenership and make money while you're at it. Get ready to take notes. Here's your host, Adam Adams.
Hey, podcasters. We have another entry that is going to be going into the December written reviews. Now, this one actually did come in the beginning of January. It is from Elzie Flenard III. Elzie is somebody who's actually been on the podcast. It was really kind of you, Elzie, to take the extra time to rate and review the show. You are the mayor of Podcast Town, and what you say in your written review is titled The Mayor of Podcast Town, which is you. But then you say Adam is a great host and great at bringing value into the audience. Well, Elzie, I don't know if you knew this. I'm not sure if you listened to episode 100 or not, but boom, guess what, man? You just got one entry into potentially winning 6 months of one of our free services, either to launch a podcast, to market and grow a podcast, or to edit your podcast for free for an entire 6 months. Amazing. Now, Elzie, if you are listening and you want five more entries, all you got to do now is say, Adam, I heard you talk about me on the podcast. I heard you read my rating and review. Here's a screenshot of it. And I want 5 more entries. So you'll have not just one, but you'll actually have 6 total entries. And we'll spin the wheel and you might win, just like Matt won the month before. Matt Cummings. We're super excited to work with him. It's going to be a lot of fun helping him launch a podcast because he hasn't launched his yet. But Elzie, if you'd like us to edit your podcast or to market your podcast to grow it in the rankings, make sure that you spend the time to screenshot this so that we know that you heard this, and we'll give those 5 additional entries for you to win one of our services. And by the way, if you've already rated or done a written review for the podcast, if you already done it, but it was before episode 100, no problem. You can always change that, tweak it a little bit, because we had like 300 ratings before that episode 100 came out. So if you're one of those people, you can always redo it and we will add you to this. All you got to do is just change one word in the title or in the body of it, and that'll boost you up and it'll allow you to be able to actually have one of these. So if you're like, oh shit, a long time ago I did it and I'm not going to be able to win anything, you can win something. Just tweak it now. It'll go right back up to the top. It'll show up as today's date once you redo it. And then you'll have an entry to be able to win some free services from Grow Your Show. All right, let's jump into the episode. Welcome back to the podcast on podcasting. It is your friend, Adam A. Adams, and we're talking about just the ideal time to publish your episodes. Everybody's always curious. They're like, hey, I'll do it at midnight, or I'll do it at 1 a.m. or 5 a.m. or 7 a.m. or 9 a.m. or I'm going to do mine at noon. And there's just so much to think of with regard to when to publish an episode that I kind of compiled everything, and I want to give you my best advice. Let's get started. So here's the thing. If you look it up online, they will say that some websites will say like Thursday, some websites will say Tuesday, some websites will say Monday. And there's all different reasons for that. It's because Thursday is one of the most downloaded days. Monday's one of the most published days. Tuesdays seem to work really, really well as well. And then when we talk about times, most people that publish, they just publish at midnight. It's just the easy way to do it. They say, hey, I'm just going to publish at midnight, and then it's going to be good. And most of the public, like hosting platforms where you're going to be having your podcast, most of the hosting platforms, they're going to have it, for example, it'll be like Eastern time. You'll just say 5 Eastern or 7 Eastern. I think there's some platforms that try to publish it like in your time zone, but was unable to find that the second time that I was looking. But the point is, after compiling everything that I can, here's honestly my absolute best advice. 5:05 a.m. Eastern or 6:05 a.m. Eastern. It sounds so weird. That's the time of the day. And you're like, well, why 5:05? Or you might even say, my platform doesn't let me do 5 minutes after the hour. I'm only allowed to be midnight, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So why the extra 5? And if your platform's not going to allow you to do it, no problem. Don't worry about it. Here's like my philosophy though. If you do it at 5:05 or 6:05, there's going to be a whole bunch of people that do it at midnight or 5 o'clock exactly. And you're going to get that extra 5 minutes, which all it does, and if you can imagine the podcast apps with me, where people are going to actually be looking, they get updated whenever somebody publishes a new episode. So like, for example, if you publish at 5, and let's just say 5 other podcasts that they listen to publish at 5, you never know where yours is going to show up because they all kind of came at the exact same time, and yours might get pushed down the second page of Google, if you will. Yours might just get kind of pushed down. So they're not able to see yours anymore, even though you published at the same time or the right time. But if you add that 5 minutes, the other 4 will get published right away, and yours will still be able to be front and center, top left for a longer period of time. So it just helps you by adding that extra 5 minutes. So a lot of the research is showing Thursdays, Mondays, or Tuesdays. My suggestion is if you're going to publish just once a week, then I would say publish it on Tuesday. Select Tuesday as your day. Mondays are crazy days for most of us. Monday's kind of like that back to work day. Our kids are finally in school and we've got a lot of things to do. There's family night sometimes. A lot of places are closed. Monday's just a crazy day to publish an episode. A lot of your listeners are going to feel more busy on Monday. So waiting to at least Tuesday is logical. Thursday seems like it's the most downloaded episode day, so it can be beneficial for you to post on a Thursday as well. But all things considered, if you're only going to publish once a week, I would say make it on a Tuesday. Based on all of my research, make it on a Tuesday is your best bet, or Thursday would be your second best bet if you're only going to publish once a week. And again, 5:05 a.m. or 6:05 a.m. are going to be the times that I recommend. If you can publish more than once a week, I do Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. I go Monday and Tuesday, I have a post. Thursday and Friday, I have a post. And because I post more frequently than most people, a lot of people are doing like a weekly or twice a week or just a twice a month. But when you're doing it at the smaller cadence, it gets real necessary that you're doing it on the right day, either a Tuesday or a Thursday, and either 5 or 6:05, 5:05 or 6:05. But if you're like me and you're publishing more often, then it gets less important what exact time of the day you're publishing, because you're going to be front and center, top left for a long period of time. I'm frequently able to be front and center, top left for you because I'm doing 4 episodes a week. So what day and time is best? It depends. It depends on how many episodes you're publishing, who is your perfect listener. But the best advice that I would have for a general audience is 5:05 a.m. or 6:05 a.m., Tuesdays most likely, or Thursdays second most likely. And if you're publishing a lot of episodes, like every single day you're publishing an episode, or 3 times a week or 4 times a week you're publishing an episode, you're going to not need to worry about those dates and times exactly anymore. And hey, if you're going to do twice a week, let's just go probably like Tuesday and Thursday, because those are the 2 most likely. So why don't you go like Tuesday at 6:05, Thursday at 6:05? Boom. I hope this helps, and I'll see you on the next episode. 2 quick things before you go. Number 1, if you are looking to upgrade like your podcast equipment or just get your very first affordable microphone, then go to growyourshow.com/PDF. That link's in the show notes. Go ahead and scroll down. On that PDF is 100% equipment for your podcasting studio that I've personally vetted. My team has vetted this. We know that it works. We know that it's affordable, and we don't want you paying more for your podcasting equipment. So again, if you're looking to upgrade your equipment or get your very first inexpensive microphone that works great, that's where you go. And then number 2 is got a free course A to Z on everything you need to know about podcasting, and you don't have to go anywhere but the podcast in order to access it. You don't have to even give me an email address to access it. It is just the very first 6 episodes of this podcast. So what you'll do is you'll scroll down a bit, you'll click on the all episodes, and scroll down because we're hundreds of episodes in, and you'll see the episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 is a free course from A to Z on launching a top podcast. Take advantage of those 2 things. I'll see you on the next episode.